What's up, everyone? This is Zarina, your Upland newbie, and today I'm going to show you a player in Upland who is also really active on Discord. And I don't want to mispronounce his name, but it looks like it's Godsasso. It's Godsasso. And I see him frequently in chat and Discord. He gives a lot of help to new players. And so I consider him a bit of an expert. If you take a look at his account or his user, look him up by user on upxland.me, you can see which properties he has and which ones he has for sale and things like that. And so what I wanted to point out specifically is why the floor in Upland might just take a tank. And you might be like, what the heck? And it's because some players, like this player who's been in here a while, they're holding properties that are below the floor and that they maybe got way below the floor. So let's just take a look here at some Rutherford properties that he has. And you can see here, one of them was minted in Rutherford for 5,880, and then he got it for looks like 20,000 UPIX. So now the floor in Rutherford has been consistently pretty much over 40,000. Usually I've seen it in the 50,000 range. So if he's holding properties that he got for only 20,000 and like another one over here, 1999, 999. So these properties, if he just felt like it, he could be like, let me just go ahead and I'll just sell it right. I'll sell this one for 30,000 just to get a quick 10,000 because maybe suddenly Detroit's opening or some other city and he just wants extra UPIX. Well, then if he hops in there with a 30,000 or a $35,000 property or 35,000 UPIX property, then people are going to be like, that's a great deal, and they'll grab it. And that then he stills the floor. And so that's just something to consider, like why the floor might suddenly go low. But it might pop back up. But just kind of be aware that there are people who are sitting on properties that they purchased pretty cheap, and that any time when the floor seems to be climbing, they might decide, let me go ahead and just lower that floor and be a grab deal with my properties and get out. So don't get too scared, but be aware of that. And so when Detroit or whenever the next Upland city opens up, you might watch, because people who have these, properties that are they purchase, they can get a really good deal just getting out now for a little bit, or they might just drop their price even more and just tank them. Who knows? But just kind of watch that. And I say, it's another good way of kind of thinking about what type of value these people who've been playing a while, what type of value they see in certain properties. So obviously, he's got quite a few in Rutherford. So maybe that is a good place for people to look still, and just see what areas these pro players have been purchasing in the most, what they're holding, what they have on sale. So on upxland.me, you can search users up, and I think it's a good way to study. And I also think it's a good way of seeing what potential certain cities may have. And if you think about it, some people have purchased things around like 3,000, and then the floor has only ever gone to like 6,000, like the lowest floor in certain areas. So in considering LA, if we think about LA and we see people grabbing properties in like just random areas that are being minted at say 5,000, well, to me, that seems kind of like Chicago in certain poor or bad areas where they're just like random properties, and the floor is kind of like 6,000 sometimes, and then it goes up to 8,000, but it doesn't seem to go really beyond that. So I kind of wonder if LA will be the same, where these properties that are, you know, randomly placed in these cheap areas, like these cheap FSAs that aren't in collection and they're just kind of out there, if they'll go beyond 8,000, I'm hoping it does. I'm hoping they do, depending on the neighborhoods. But just kind of keep that in mind, that maybe if you're buying a random property and it's like 7,000 in a random area, it might not get too much more value. It might just only go to 8,000. So keep that in mind. I hope this helps. I'll see you all in Upland.